the pieces of Joep Beving's that I've done tutorials for, this one I think is, from a compositional standpoint, his most intricate, his best developed work. So I'm very happy to get to it now. As usual, I'll begin by playing the first 20 seconds or so of the music, give you a sense of the piece and how it goes. And then I'll slow everything down and I'll walk you through how to do it yourself, how to learn it yourself. So here's the beginning of Unus Mundus, One World. On further, but this is a good place to stop. So you can see that there's a few elements that keep coming back. Maybe you don't know yet because you haven't heard the whole piece, but this bit, it's like a little hopeful motif or something of that sort. So that one is always going to be coming back, and there's a lot that recycles throughout the piece. So in the early stages, I'm going to show you exactly how to do everything with the left hand and the right hand, and as you get further into it, you'll notice it gets easier. You'll see how much of this stuff repeats. So, we're in F major, right? 1 flat in 3/4 time. And with the left hand alone, we begin with a 5 for the first full bar. And then while holding this one, add 3 and 1 above. If you can't reach this, it's really no struggle at all. The pedal will help hold that one down anyway, so you can just play the bottom, have the pedal hold it, and just add the top 2 in the second bar. So if I was to count this very simply, 1 event per bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. That's how we begin. In the right hand, we have the second inversion of an F major triad, straightforward 1, 2, and 4, and we just cycle through these notes from bottom to top. There's your first bar. In the second bar, the top 2 of the left coincide with the repetition of the right. Together. And here are your first 2 bars. Moving forward, the right hand repeats. And the left hand really does the same thing, just rhythmically a little different. So in the third bar, the left hand is still playing these notes, but we're going to be doing it with this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3. And learn it like that. This C on the offbeat, it's pretty important. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Because when you put it together, it's the only note that plays on its own. It'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and. A little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And there you have it. Okay, let's put all that together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and then that little glimmer of hope. In the left hand, after we begin, we do begin with a rolled chord, so just know that These notes, you're just going to kind of turn them into a harp from bottom to top. The notes themselves are 4, 1, and then the left hand continues 2, 1, 2, finishing with 4 and 1. So once more, that's 1 and 2 and 3 and. Take a few moments to make sure you have that nailed down pretty well. In the right hand, we begin with 1, 3, and 5. The bottom two notes on paper are just held, but you know the pedal is doing all that work for you, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So we have 1, 3, and 5 to start, and then 4, 5, followed by 1, 2, 3. All of these notes you can consider eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Make sure you nail that down. And then putting it together is not so complicated because the hands are very complementary. They basically play in parallel. So omitting the rolled chord for now, we'll add that in a bit. Every note aligns. The moment to keep track of here is, see, we have a G up top, that's the same in both hands, FF in both hands, GG again in both hands, and here is where they diverge. So just take note of that. And then the rest, after the divergence, should be easy to do. Once you can do that, just add a little roll into this. And everything else is the same. Like that. Simple enough. With counts 1 and 2 and 3 and. And there you have your first 4 bars. Put all of that together from the beginning with counts 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. As far as pedaling is concerned, you can hold the pedal down for the first 3 bars because it's all in F major, right? But when you get to this, on this chord is where you change the pedal, right? So to replay all of that with the pedal changes, let's say we start with the pedal down. And then change. And just let it like disappear, kind of thin out in texture. And then we continue into the next section. Slightly more elaborated version of the beginning of the piece with some intricacies added in, and so too with the next part of the phrase as well. But anyway, we're going to continue that on the website in my library, and that's where everything is. I've got a few hundred pieces up there, classical film, and this one is included amongst the bunch. So it's free to try. Start a free membership there, and you'll be able to find the sheet music there as well to print out, my transcription of it, as well as, of course, the full tutorial. So I'll see you on there, and let's continue forward. See you in just a bit.